Okay, everybody. Tonight we're going to do a review on this knife. This is a CRKT Mr. Bombastic. The Bombastic! Let's check this out, shall we? Had a friend of mine send this in, and I had to send it to him, so we got to do this kind of quick. I procrastinated, lollygagged, whatever word you can think of. That's what I did. This is, let's check it out. It doesn't work that way. Ouch! This is the Kid Onion design CRKT Bombastic. You see that pretty good? Check it out. Kind of a spear point looking daggery point almost, right? You could sharpen that up, have your nice little double-edged finger splitter. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3. Let's point this up just a wee bit. Oh, just over 3 1/4 inches, about 3 1/3 inches of HCR13, the MOV type. And I like it. I like the blade shape. I like the way it looks. I know a lot of you don't like the black on here, but I like the black on there. I like Kid Onion's cool name there. I like the way he does his name. But I'm not an overall fan of this knife, and I'm going to get into why in a second here. Now, they could have made this knife. Watch this. Check this out. You ready? Oh! Jimislash, you bite. Try it again. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's kind of a cool little front flipper little thing going. There we go. There we go. Just like Mom showed you. Okay, so now the thing with this knife is 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches, and you got a little, I'm guessing that's the FR in there. I don't think that's G10. And stainless coated steel here. I do like the star pivot there. I don't like the classic, what's becoming a problem, CRKT tip down only clip. But on this knife, it's not really going to be a problem because there's no lanyard hole. You, sir, have failed. You failed me for the last time. And you failed me again. There you go, Jimislash. You're terrible at this. All right, so there's no lanyard hole. It is tip down right hand for you lefties and people that like you carry your knives in a normal fashion. It feels good in hand this way. The problem I'm having with this knife is it's heavier than it could be or it should be. It could be lighter, and they could have done that by just milling out those scales a bit. You just put some holes through here underneath this FRN, and this knife is a lot lighter. But right now it just feels, I don't know, do you have a knife that kind of feels cheap because of how heavy it is for being so small? I don't know if that makes sense, but they could have milled out those. If you went in there and milled out your own liners, your own scales there, it would be a lot better. You could take a bunch of that steel out of it. Can you see in there pretty good? Let me get some light in there. Can you see that? So they could have done some milling on here. Maybe kept this open back here. Just any weight you could get off this knife would have been much better. Now, it is locked up. It's locked up. That inserted liner lock, frame lock, whatever you want to call that, it's kind of a framey lock. I would call that a frame lock, wouldn't you? Since this scale is on top of the frame, and it's not really a liner. Yeah, I would call that a frame lock. Okay, so, but it's locked up. It's nice and solid. It flips open nicely. And sometimes you can even do it with the left hand on the front flip, and sometimes you can't when you're a Momo. Okay, let's weigh this thing. I'm going to show you how much this thing weighs, and this is kind of what's off-putting me. It's one of the only off-putting things about this. I like the ability to flip things open like that. I know I'm terrible. Ow, that's not the way it goes. Oh, I used to have a thumbprint. Ouch. Okay, so there we go. See, it looks the same this way and that way. It's trying to fool me. Okay, let's check this out real quick. Check the grams from our European friends. 127 grams, getting on up there. And we're looking at 4.48, so almost 4.48, so almost 4.5 ounces of, and that's not super heavy, especially not for the people on this channel that, you know, carry some monsters around. But just a little bit of milling would have done this a lot better. So let's check out some knives. that we can compare this to, so you can get an idea. Now, I'm not going to bring out the same ones. I have the PM2 over there waving his hand, going me, me, me. I'm not going to do that. We're not going to do that this time, sir. All right, let's check out. No, well, let's check it out just for the heck of it. There's a little mini grip, and ooh, for you Cold Steel fans, here is a code 4. All right, so it's right there in between mini grip and code 4 size. What else do we got in here we can look at? Ooh, I haven't done a review on that one. That's a beast. You'll have to see that later. All right, we'll do one Spyderco for all the Spyderco people. All right, here we go. There's the Manix 2 LW. This thing it doesn't have anything that screams, buy me. You know, you have to have a Bombastic. The only reason you have to have it is if you're buying everything Kin Onion from CRKT, or if you just have Kin Onion on the brain. And now I understand that because I have Andrew Demko on the brain all the time. And I buy just about anything I can that has his influence. So I understand the Kin Onion love. However, there's just not anything specific about this knife that you really have to have. If this was a fixed blade and this was a dagger, that would be kind of cool. But as a folder, it's just not something that's extremely necessary to hold on to. I feel like I'm missing something. Have I missed out on something? I compared it, I weighed it. Why is this video only 6 minutes and 40 seconds long? Huh. Okay, well, I guess that's it. This is not a... Did we do it? I can't do any cut testing. What did I miss out on? Oh, the pivot. The pivot on there. There is bearings in there. Bearings on the pivot, I think. Maybe not. It looks like bearings to me. Let me come off camera here. Check it out. Yeah, it's bearings. Bearings on that pivot. If I'm wrong, I don't want to hear about it. Well, I don't care. Just put it down there. Those aren't bearings, but it looks like bearings to me. All right, I think I'm done. I'm just not super impressed with this knife. I'm sorry, CRKT fans. There are some awesome CRKTs out there that I am crazy about. You know, the Roselle. I like the Roselle, and I'm a big fan of the Roselle. So, like I said, there's some CRKTs out there that make a lot of sense to me. This one, not really. So if you get a chance to check it out, but I imagine that most people are not going to be crazy about it. I'm sorry, Mr. CRKT, Mr. Columbia. Get over to Facebook, check it out. Good people over there, having good conversations. And you're missing out if you want to talk about knives. If you want to talk about your knives and you have this hankering to show off some of your stuff, that's the perfect place to do it. That's a great place to do it. Some really cool, understanding people. We've set up a safe place for knife discussions. And you know what? There's some really cool people over there that just want to hear from you. And I know it sounds weird and it sounds very Mr. Rogers neighborhood stuff, but it is. It's kind of like Sesame Street over there with, there's the Grouch. Yeah, you. And then there's Super Grover over there. And Tickle Me Elmo. Might want to stay away from him. All right. I will talk to you all later.